Anthropic just released something new called Claude Design, and I am super excited to try it out. I'm going to do it live right now. I have not tried this out at all, so I'm going to do it live with you. And well, actually, I'm doing it live. You're watching a recording of this, but I created a little training basically asking Claude to read up all about it, provide me an interactive HTML training that I can use, and then I can go and try to implement something for my community. I have a community called Futureproof, the Evolution Lab, by the way. If you'd like to join us, there's a link down below. And inside, I help you build your own Claude business brain, build your own AI team members, and build client-facing tools to give your clients a better experience. So anyway, let's kick it off. So I'm going to make myself a little smaller. So what is Claude Design? Well, you can create marketing assets, landing pages, pitch decks, social media graphics without a designer. And I'm so excited because I am terrible with Canva. So if you're like me and you're not great with Canva, maybe this is going to be what changes the game for us. So just launched today, April 17th, 2026, as I'm reading this. So think of it like having a graphic designer on your AI team who takes directions in plain English. So you don't have to be a designer, you just have to be able to explain what you want. So you can describe what you want, upload files, or reference your website, and Claude will build it visually. And then you can refine it with comments and direct text editing and layout adjustments. So this means you don't need Canva skills, you don't need design experience or a freelancer to create professional marketing assets. I'm excited for this. Okay, so you can find it here at Claude AI Design. It's available right now for Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise subscribers. It uses your existing Claude subscription, so there's not an additional cost, but I'm going to just give you a little bit of a forewarning here. What I've heard from people that have used it on the Pro account is they run out of credits like almost immediately. It's pretty much worthless. So if you don't have a Pro account, it may not quite be there yet. I imagine it'll probably get cheaper as we go. Who knows? I have a Max account, so I'm hoping that we can at least build something here. But you can do landing pages, pitch decks, social graphics, client deliverables. Like I said, client facing AI tools. So that would be pretty cool. What makes it different from artifacts? Because Claude can already build artifacts inside. So if you've done that before, and that's actually how I built this was an artifact. It says design adds true visual editing layer on top of that. So you can comment on specific elements. You can drag things around, adjust spacing and colors and controls, and iterate visually instead of describing every change in the text. It's almost like it's trying to take over Lovable or, all those kind of app builders or Replit. I mean, not fully, this is just the design part, but hey, if you could design it here and then you wanted to build the back end in one of those, you could bring your design over there. That would make things really easy, because one thing I've found is, AI is not great with design. You really have to give it some guidance to get it to look any different than the typical AI slop out there. Okay, so here's the step-by-step workflow. You're going to go to Claude AI Design, log in. You're going to start with a prompt or upload a prompt. Claude's going to generate the first version. Takes about 15 to 30 seconds. And then you can start to refine with the inline tools. So we can click on any element to comment on it, like make this headline bigger or edit the text directly, or use the adjustment controls to tweak spacing, the colors, and the layout without having to write another prompt. And then iterate it until it's right. Then you can export it. You can export it as a PDF, as a PowerPoint, or standalone HTML, or send directly to Canva for further editing, which is really cool. And you can also have a view-only link with your team. So pro tip, the more context you give Claude up front, the better the first version will be. So upload your logo, mention your brand colors, describe your audience, and explain what action you want people to take. That's going to give you less time refining. And then we've got some, and I'll share this down below as well, but we've got some copy and paste prompts for marketing assets. And these are ready to use prompts that you can paste directly. So you got social graphics, you got pitch decks, you got lead magnets, landing pages. So for this design, I think I'm gonna try social graphics. I'm gonna do an Instagram carousel. So this is the prompt that you would paste. Create a 5-slide Instagram carousel, and you need to give it a topic, slide structure, your brand colors, yada, yada, yada. And we're gonna go try it ourselves really quick. Let's see if we should finish this though. Okay, so try it yourself, 3 quick exercises. What you'll make, a branded Instagram ready graphic. Okay, we're gonna paste this prompt. Let's see when Claude generates it. Click on the text, try asking make a second version, export as a PNG. So let's do this exercise first. But what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna use one of these. I am actually gonna use one of these, but I'm gonna go to my AI business brain and say, hey, make this for me because you already know everything about my business, so I don't have to fill all this out. So we're going to bring this up. I'm in my business brain here, AI Coach Box OS. Hey, I'm going to give you a prompt template for a new feature that Claude has called Claude Design. And I'd like you to just fill it in from my business so that I can just copy and paste it over there. And then Claude should come back and give me one that I can go copy and paste because Claude already knows everything about my business. So here's what it came back with. I'm not fully convinced this is going to be a great prompt, but we'll see because it says 3 things that your AI can do that your VA can't yet. Bold hook headline, 1 tip per slide with a short explanation, and then it's giving it, my brand elements. But it's not saying like what kind of a tip. So it's almost like I need to remind this that Claude Design doesn't know my business and you do. So maybe tell it what tips to use, but you know what? We're just going to go ahead and try it and just see what happens. So I'm going to copy it like it is and see if it actually gives us anything useful as far as tips go. So let me see, we've got to go to Claude Design. It's just claude.ai.design. You can see here is the interface. So your designs, examples, design system, project name. So I'm just going to put live demo. We're going to create a project. I think you got to do that first. And okay, so you can start with a sketch. You can design a system, add a screenshot, drag in a Figma file. We're just going to try the prompt that we have. And let's see what happens. Okay, so here's the finished product. Not too bad for a 1 prompt result. So if we wanted to edit this, I can use this edit thing. Let's see what we can do with it. So we can change the size here. We can change the font, padding, different little things like that. How about down here? The same thing. What does this draw button do? Oh, this says type anywhere to add a note. Draw and click. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't want to ruin this. This is pretty decent. Tweaks. Okay, so if we wanted to make little tweaks to it, we could certainly do that. Slider for border radius, color picker for accent, etc. So basically, what do we do with it now that it's in here? So that's my thing. And I think if you go here to export, you've got it download as a zip, export as a PDF, export as a PowerPoint, send to Canva, export as a standalone HTML, hand off to Claude Code. These are all great options if they work. I don't think that this works, only because I went and tested it and it was just a mess, and it said that it didn't have the permissions, even though I've got Canva connected here. And by all means, you all try this. Let me know if you have any better luck. But I opened up this and I've got my connectors and Canva's one of them. But it wasn't able to upload this into Canva, which was sort of unfortunate because I feel like if you could upload that into Canva, making little tweaks you wanted in there, maybe add a picture or something, that'd be really cool. But it said that it didn't have that kind of permissions with that plugin, that it could only do these other things, but not that. So in any case, not quite sure how useful this is yet. I'm going to work on that. I'm working on creating a skill because I think, and maybe they'll add this later, but like, wouldn't it be nice if you could download this as PNGs or JPEGs, just images that you can upload right into Instagram or something? That's what we need. So I'm really surprised it doesn't give us that option. In any case, let's see what else we can work on here. So let's go down to, okay, we did this, we tried it ourselves. Let's see what exercise 2 is. So let's turn our offer into a 1-page sales page. Let's see how this works out. So this is going to be a complete landing page for the main offer, exported as HTML that you could actually use. Go to Claude Design, paste the sales opt-in landing page prompt from above, fill in your own offer details. When the first version appears, use inline comments to refine. Click on the headline, say make it more direct and urgent, or adjust the color of the CTA button, and then ask Claude, now create a mobile view of the same page and see how it adapts to the layout. Export as a standalone HTML. You can host this on Netlify, embed it in your website, or use it as a reference for a page builder. Okay. What's this say? Bonus move. If you already have a sales page, use the web capture tool to grab it. Tell Claude redesign the page with my brand colors and improve the headline. Instant upgrade. Okay. See, even right here, I wanted to look at what it said as far as the first exercise that we did. It says export as a PNG. You got a post, you're ready to go. Exactly, except it doesn't let us export as a PNG. So hopefully they will be adding that. Okay, so let's try this one. So we're going to go up here and do the landing page prompt. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over to my business brain, do the same thing and make it my own. So we've got our prompt. I'm going to copy this, give me the brand colors, everything it needs. Could add a testimonial. Could pull from my wiki. Ooh, let's do that. Yes, let's add a couple testimonials, please. Again, when you have the business brain, it's so helpful. It just saves time and everything else. So it's going to go right to my wiki, which tells it where the testimonials are. We're just going to grab a couple real ones from actual clients and then add that to the prompt. Okay. Yes, please put them in the full prompt. Okay, I just copied this prompt, so let's go see how it works. We're going to say demo landing page, paste the prompt, hit send. We'll see what we get. I thought I'd share, like, while it's working, look down here. It gives you these little tips. Like it says, hand off to Claude Code creates dev ready package with specs and structure. Download it, then tell Claude Code create this design. It's pretty cool. And this one, microwave a damp paper towel for 30 seconds. Crud wipes right off the inside. Interesting tip for this. Okay, I wanted to unpause it for this quick tip because I think it's useful. Ask Claude to save this as a template. It packages the workflow for reuse. So that might be handy at some point. So while I was waiting for this thing to build out, I really wanted to solve this issue with not being able to export PNGs. So I created a skill. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but basically this skill is called a HTML to PNG skill. So I'm going to drag the folder in here. Okay, so we've got our HTML. I'm just going to drop this in here and ask it, turn these into individual PNG files, please. Okay, so we'll move that out of there. We'll see how that works. Whoops. Let's see what we got here, shall we? Okay, so this is supposed to be a landing page design. Oh, look at this. It gave me mobile already. I didn't even have to ask it. So 3 things that compound into 20 plus hours. You can kind of see how this looks. So what if we go to present? Oh, it's still working, you guys. It wasn't even done yet. Sorry. Looks like it's still verifying. It was working over here. Okay, so you can see that it's found some issues, the verifier. So it's great that it actually, you know, kind of goes over this itself and verifies it's going to fix some issues. So hopefully it'll be pretty good when it actually gets done. And while this is working on that, looks like it might be done. We'll take a look at that in a second. But in the meantime, the skill I just created, all I did was drag it in there, drag the HTML file in there. And it did download that. Let me see. Got a few comments here, but let's see. Let's open it up. So this is it. So it's got everything, and then it's got the cards. So now, there we go. Now they're PNGs. So I had to create an extra skill to get to that step where it'll actually take these and turn this into a PNG, but I have a feeling Claude will probably have that updated in less time than it took me to build the darn thing. So that's cool though. So that's great. I'll share this in Futureproof, by the way, if you're part of Futureproof, just in case we do need this for a while until they come up with a better fix. So let's get out of this. Let's see what our landing page looks like. Okay. I mean, you know, it's all right. It's not the greatest, but let's see. This looks good. You know, not bad. I feel like I get a lot better result with this than I do using something like Lovable for one prompt. Gosh, every time I scroll though, it like kind of messes things up. So the UI is a little wonky. There we go. It's a little better. So that's what we got for that. So if we wanted to export or share this, we could. If we want to export it, like this would be export as a standalone HTML. I could totally do that. I could hand it off to Claude Code if I wanted to refine it further. But basically this would be like a prototype that you could give your designer, or you could use with Claude Code, because a lot of the design work's already done. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's check out the very last thing. Come down here. So we did the one-page sales page, and there was one more. Build a slide deck in under 10 minutes. Okay, so let's do that. You're gonna make a polished slide presentation, paste the pitch deck prompt, export it as a PowerPoint. Okay, so a slide deck that used to take 2 to 3 hours now takes 10 minutes to generate and 10 minutes to refine. So let's do pitch deck. Okay, we're gonna copy that. I'm gonna go to my business brain. Oops, not that. Great, let's do a pitch deck on the Claude Business Brain. And here's the template prompt. Please fill it out to make it my own. Okay, so I just copied it so you can see it already knows everything about the business brain, so it just filled it all out, all the good stuff about it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and come over and see if we can get this to work on a new design. Now, I know that this is sucking up a lot of tokens right now, so hopefully we can do one more. So we've got a slide deck, looks like they have it. So instead of prototype, I'm gonna go slide deck. See what else they have from template. Okay. So we're going to call this Business Brain. Let's call it Biz Brain. Oh, look, you can turn on use speaker notes if you want. Interesting. We'll just go create for now. And then I'm going to paste that in there and hit send. All right, so we are done. Let's see what we get. So you can see that it did, verify. Again, it made some fixes here. Says it's a green light. Everything should look good. This looks pretty good. Let's see if I go. Yeah, hey, that looks great. You guys, this is probably my favorite so far. Train it. Oh my. I think I could do a little, it's short, right? It's even got the testimonials. It's short, but I feel like I could do a training on this. That is really good. So that's impressive. And this, I know I can export to a PowerPoint. Let's make sure that it does it the way we want. Let's see, editable with Google Slide, custom, universal. Okay, so this is substitutes web safe fonts that everybody has, best for sharing broadly. I'm just going to try it with my own customizable, or my own editable one with my fonts. I really like this though. Like, this is better than what Claude does even in Claude itself with the PowerPoint presentation. Even though that's really good, I still think this is better. So now the test is just to see if we can actually export this and have it be usable. Okay, so here it is, it's done. Let's open it. I have a Mac, so it's gonna open it in Keynote. But yeah, hey, it looks great. Very cool. So anyway, a very quick overview. Let me just double check and see if there was anything else that we wanted to cover on this training before I finish it up. Okay, we did our 3 examples. Oh, we got some power tips. Okay, so give Claude your brand up front. Very helpful. So again, in this example, I just gave it the colors, but I didn't give it the brand, the whole brand design. And if I gave it all of that, it might have even given me better results. Use the web capture tool. So you see a competitor's landing page you love, a design style that you want to reference, use the web capture tool to grab it, and then tell Claude, use this as inspiration, but apply my brand and make it original. This one was powerful features for non-designers. Ask for variations, not perfection. So instead of trying to get the first version perfect, ask it to create and generate 2 to 3 different directions. So you could say, show me 3 different hero section layouts for this image, one bold, one minimal, one with more detail, and one with a large image. So that's kind of cool. That's one thing we did not mess with in this is images, and that might be fun too. Export to Canva for final polish. So it says Claude Design integrates directly with Canva. However, I did not have any luck doing that. Let me know if you have any better luck. Maybe that's something that they're going to fix. Again, this just came out today, so there's bound to be a few bugs and issues with it. Think in systems and not one-off. So once you create a design you love, tell Claude, save this as a template. That was one of those little tips that came up that I shared. Now create 4 more social graphics in this exact same style with different context or different content. This is how you batch content, one design direction, infinite variations. Love this. Okay, so what you need to get started, you need your Claude thing, you need your brand basics, you need clear copy messaging, and you need about 10 minutes. And it took us a little longer than 10 minutes. I highly advise that you have a business brain in Claude. And if you want to join us in Futureproof, you can get that built out. It's just $27 a month. $47 for premium, and that takes you to the next level where you can create AI members that actually work on your behalf and do things when you're not there. But even just building your business brain itself is a huge differentiator. And then you can take these kinds of templates, immediately have Claude make them your own and put them in something like Claude Design. So I'm really excited about what this can do. Hopefully it'll get easier for people on the pro plan to be able to use it without running out of tokens, and they fix a couple of the little bugs that we found here. But if this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and consider joining us in Futureproof. We'd love to have you.